All right. Give it a few more minutes while people are waiting to hop on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Lauren Brzezinski. I've already introduced myself within the stories in this coach sneak peek, but just a quick overview or quick I don't know, I guess a brief intro would be that I've been coaching for 2.5 years. I am currently located in Paducah, Kentucky. We've lived here for about 1.5 years when my husband took a teaching job here at the high school. And this is where he's from, and we were originally from Murray, Kentucky, which is just a little bit south of here. Before I was a Beachbody coach, I was a teacher. Although it wasn't, I didn't quit teaching to become a Beachbody coach. I quit teaching to become a stay-at-home mom. And through that, it was a long road that I'll explain here in a second that led me to Beachbody coaching. But I'll just recap all that by saying this is just the best state that I've ever been in my life. And I'll explain how all that works here in a second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Alrighty. So move this over. I'm going to go straight to this little PowerPoint. All right. So I want to talk about first what we'll be covering. What is a Beachbody coach? I've gone a little bit over that. Some of you know because you are in this group because your Beachbody coach told you about it. What's required to become one? How do you get paid? What does the business side look like? How do you build a team? What are teams? How do you become a member of our team? And then we'll cover the very normal hesitations, which I've actually discussed with some of you today in private messages as you watch my story. But what if I am not a salesperson? What if I don't want to make sales? I don't want to meet these quotas. What if, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this a scam? Is this one of those things that I usually run from when I see people posting about it on social media? What if I don't know enough people to make enough sales to really make this worth my time? Or this is the biggest one, what if I'm not fit or healthy enough to do this? Huge. I'll cover all those hesitations, all those topics, and explain to you how you can either overcome those or how they fit into your life. So here's my story. I went into detail a little bit earlier just about how we were already eating healthy. But I'll just do a brief overview here. You can go back and watch my story within the group here in a second. But in 2013, we suffered from miscarriages, and that created a lot of anxiety because once, like you're told as a mom that it's nothing that you did, it's nothing that you're doing that's causing these miscarriages, but yet just in the back of my mind, I was like, and any mom is thinking it's still her fault. In the back of my mind, I just knew there was something I could actually physically do to be able to have kids. Not that it's by my own doing, but that the Lord just gave me that insight that there's something that you need to know in order to fix this. And a nurse randomly decided to test me for a genetic mutation called MTHFR, and I tested positive, which means I can't absorb folate, which is like the biggest vitamin that you need to be able to absorb to have a baby. And I couldn't. And so by making simple nutrition swaps, by eating spinach instead of bread that was enriched with folic acid, I could have a baby. And it was just that simple. If I would eat leafy greens instead of enriched processed breads, I could have a baby. So fast forward a year later, I was pregnant, carried full term, absolutely no complications, the healthiest boy I've ever seen. He's 3 years old now. So I'm thanking God. And then additionally, he surprised us 9 months later with another pregnancy, and then 18 months later, another baby. So we have 2 boys that are 18 months apart, and they're crazy and fun. And we're so thankful for that. But if it wasn't for God revealing food and how important nutrition is to me, we wouldn't have them. That's why I'm so passionate about this. You guys see me get all like crazy about this. It's because like I literally have a family because of nutrition and what God revealed to me through that. So then fast forward to we had a baby and I'm super excited. But of course, just as with anything, I'm still in this weird place because I'm like, I have this baby. I should be like, what's going on? Motherhood wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Just to say that here, I wanted this baby so hard. And then when I got it, it was a shock to me. And I think it's a shock to all of us, but I was home, whereas I had been in the workplace. And so all of a sudden life had just turned on its head. I had no friends. I had no connections. I didn't have 100 friends to my name on Facebook or Instagram. So don't think that if you have a small following, you can't do this. I was never on Facebook or Instagram because I hated it. I thought all I ever did was get on and compare myself to other women, and it was miserable. So I stayed off social media. And then, of course, in 2015, right? Yeah, 2015 was when my coach, Ashley, told me about this. And you guys saw that in my story. I was like too proud to whatever and said I wasn't going to do it. And then when I did it, I finally met my goals and was totally sold on Shakeology and the products because I knew they worked, but I wasn't sold on the business. So 2016, as you see right there where it says building belief and confidence, that's what 2016 was for me. It was just a bunch of learning, in 2017 as well, a bunch of learning, a bunch of just soaking it in. I wasn't doing as much sharing because I just wanted to really make sure I understood what I was getting myself into, and I didn't want to drag anyone else into this before. And so the rest of this presentation, if you will, is going to go into what is this business? What's the model? How does it work? Is it legit? Because those are my biggest hangups and what kept me from moving forward and reaching goals as fast as I could have. Okay. So if you look at me today, 100% difference from the person I was. Now I make an income at home with my family, which I'll share more about exactly how much I made this month even here at the end. Paying off my student loan debt. I believe that God created me with talents and abilities to help others, whereas before I couldn't even get out of bed because I was so miserable, and I would pray that my son would sleep longer so that I could stay in bed longer. And now I'm like I literally jump out of bed before my kids get up so that I can share what this is with other women and get my daily routine set before they wake up. And so like it's a 180. And also my coaches have helped me with that as well. Chelsea, calling you out there, really challenging me to wake up early and really get my day started. So thank you for that. I'm healthier than I've ever been. Here I am, a mom of 2 toddlers, and I'm healthier than I've ever been in my whole life. That says something. It says a lot of something. And then I'm surrounded by a team who encourages me and supports me, hence Chelsea making me get up early, but I love it. It's been the best. So let's talk about the business, because obviously I don't want you to get into anything that I wouldn't like totally stand behind. So Team Beachbody is a branch off of what used to be just Beachbody. They've been around since 1998. John Congdon and Carl Deichler actually founded it, and their mission then and the mission now is to help people live more healthy and fulfilling lives. So that began in 1998, and they were just selling the products at that point. The network, as in us coaches, did not take off until 2007. And the reason that they even came around was because when people were buying these products, they knew that they were going to do better when they had accountability. So these forums started naturally forming. So like on the Beachbody websites that started, developing, people were creating these threads, and even on Facebook, people were creating these Facebook groups to hold each other accountable for these Beachbody programs. So like a bunch of people would buy P90X and they would all do P90X and log it and stuff on these Facebook groups. And so what ended up happening organically here is that these people who were buying these programs contacted Beachbody and asked if there was a compensation plan. And so Beachbody started kind of looking around, trying to figure out how can we put products into the hands of people so that they can benefit off of their references. Because basically what was happening is someone would buy, they'd get results, and then 10 of their friends would want to know what they did. And so 10 of their friends would buy. And so Beachbody was looking at like, all right, how can we give, basically compensation for these people who are selling by word of mouth? And so that's when coaching came along. So a coach is just someone who completes a program, is a product of the product, who does what they are supposed to do to stay healthy according to, you know, their macros and nutrition, and working out in a healthy way, and drinking Shakeology. That is what a coach is. They're not a fitness professional. They are not someone who has to know every muscle group and every single workout that works that muscle group. You are just someone who encourages and supports, and who answers questions when people have them about the products, and holds someone accountable in a healthy and encouraging, supportive way. That's what a coach is. And that began in 2007. So then after that, Team Beachbody Live launched. That's if you want to get certified to teach at a gym. You can teach PiYo. I did PiYo last year. Really loved it. It just didn't work with my schedule, hence why I love these at-home workouts. It didn't work with my schedule as a mom, so I gave that up, but it was awesome. You can also teach Insanity. You can get certified in P90X. You can get certified even in Country Heat and Size and all these amazing, well-known programs. And so, like I said, they created P90X, which when I was in college, I distinctly remember the P90X craze. Like, everyone was doing it. Usually just one person would buy it, and then everyone would just show up at the gym and they'd all do it together. But everyone was doing it. Everyone was getting crazy results. I never did it because I am not a bandwagon person, and I should have been at that time. Had I started this then, I would have been in such a better place. But P90X is probably their biggest breakthrough program that got them on the market. And then you have like the 21 Day Fix, which rocked their boat again, rocked everyone's world, rocked my world, as you saw from my before and afters. Body Beast, which is the program my husband's doing. He was a physique competitor, Sagi Kalev, and he is awesome and hilarious and fun. PiYo, which is Pilates and yoga, super hard. Chalene Johnson teaches that one, created that one. Turbo Fire, she did that one as well. Size and T25 with Shaun T. I mean, just really well-known programs. Other things that we offer, and these you usually get a workout program and the nutrition and the Shakeology as a challenge pack, and that's what you would buy as a coach to join. That's what I bought to join as well. So Shakeology is insane. I didn't believe in it for a long time, but it is our superfood shake. It is not a protein shake. We also have protein shakes in our performance line, but Shakeology is a meal all in itself. But it is not supposed to be used in terms of like, it's not like a Slim Fast. Like, this has protein in it for sure, but Americans aren't protein deficient, we're nutrient deficient. And so what the emphasis is in Shakeology is nutrients. I could spend 2 hours on this call talking about the nutrients in there and what they do for our bodies, but instead I'll just tell you it's amazing. And the transformation that I've had in terms of energy and like focus and all of these things is what is really big about Shakeology. We have the Ultimate Reset. That's a 21-day cleanse. I've seen insane success stories from those. I haven't done it myself. A 3-day refresh. I have done that one. Once again, it's just a really good way. Like after Christmas, you just want to do a quick 3-day refresh and then start a program. It's just a good way to cleanse your body of a lot of toxins and things that, we just accumulate when we're eating processed foods and the American chemical diet. The Beachbody Performance line, I've started using this. I use a pre-workout called Energize. I use Recover as the protein shake right after a workout. There's Recharge that you take before bed. I haven't done that one yet, but I'm planning to incorporate them slowly. And so I'm incorporating that one. And then there's Daily Sunshine, which is the kids' version of Shakeology. It's got superfoods and healthy fats and healthy carbs, so it's balanced. And my youngest son drinks that every single day, and my other son drinks it about every other day. They love it, and I have so much peace of mind. And their doctor was super impressed with it when I showed him. It's pediatrician approved. It's a good food source. So there's something for everybody. And then there's Beachbody On Demand, which I'll show you here in a second. It has over $6,000 worth of fitness programs, and I'll just go ahead and show you. Here I'm logged into mine. Here are all the workout programs. Literally, I can click on these. So I'll click on 80 Day Obsession. If I go here, I get the like phase 1, these are the actual workouts. I literally just click play and it comes on the screen. And then I go to program materials and it gives me my starter guide. It gives me my nutrition guide to print off and according to the eating plan that I need. It gives me my calendar, my workout calendar, and how I track myself, like, you know, the weights and the bands. It even has a music playlist to go with it from Spotify. So it's amazing. And there's so many programs. Every program they've ever created is on here. There's even a kids and family Shanti workout that my son loves. So it's just a really good time. And then we also have Fixate, which is our cooking show. I'll just click on that really quick. This gives you recipes that get your macros in, get your containers in. So that's amazing. Just they've broken it down. They've done the science behind the scenes for you so you don't have to do it yourself. All right. So that's as quick. I just wanted to go over that very quickly because that's something you guys can look at later. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. So here's our mission. Here's our team. We are Team United Legacy. So all the coaches who are on my team, we are Team United Legacy. Our goal, this is me and this is Chelsea, by the way. And this is Kelsey and me and Sarah and Lisa and Danielle. And there's more of us. I just can't fit us all these pictures. Our goal is to be a team that lives intentionally as we reach our goals. We inspire each other to live braver, to dream bigger, to uphold our values and priorities as we reach our goals. We remind each other that our mistakes and our shortcomings do not define us. Instead, they are opportunities to become the person we always hoped we would be. I remember when I was younger, I had these glimpses of like this successful woman, and this has given me a way to grow into that woman that I always really hoped I'd be. So that's why our mission has that stated in there. That was a really big part of it for me. Our vision is to grow as a team and become leaders within the business. So as you join our team, you'll be given the training you need to become a leader as we work side by side to help others become healthy and also help others create a life they live on purpose. So to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. All right, so what I want to talk about right now is what are your options in terms of career? So like I said, the business side of this was my biggest hang up. This network marketing thing, like you hear that as a cuss word in our society today almost because people have been burned by it because they haven't been educated on it. So my goal here is to help you understand and just see what it is that network marketing is and why it's better, to be perfectly honest, because I did not believe that at first. So it costs, if you go to college, it costs you an average of $33,480 for a 4-year degree. And you have no guarantee of a job after graduation. You don't realize that because you think you're told, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get a job. No one has to give you a job. I know a lot of people who have gone to college and can't find a job because it's saturated. And so that not only are they spinning their gears, they're having to get certified in things to get that job that this $33,000 isn't even, it was worthless. So those people that have scholarships, you're good. But other than that, like I had to pay for a degree that I'm not using right now. All right. So you can also do a franchise. The average cost of this is about $20,000 to $35,000 and your average annual profit. And I mean, you're guaranteed the job because you got it, like you bought it. Your average annual profit of a franchise owner is about $82,000. Really good, super good profit. You know, if you're building the business, if you're working it correctly and going by their system. But that's pretty much caps it. Like you're not, unless you, I mean, even if you live in a big city, you're still pretty much capped around that area because you can't. I mean, Subway can only sell so many sandwiches a day. You see what I'm saying? There's not that residual income. It's just based on who comes in for that day. And then there's jobs. You can just go get a job, go skip college, go get your job. You get an hourly or set salary wage. Your average salary in 2016 for anyone in general was $55,000. Not too bad, not too wonderful. An average of 11 paid vacations per year. Are you kidding me? Like I live every day like I'm on vacation. I really, really do. So it's hard for me to think that I can't have more than 11 paid days of vacation. Like it really astounds me when I hear that from people. It's because even I was a teacher, so I still got a lot of vacation days. It's just hard for me to believe. Okay, so Beachbody coaching is most like a franchise. So we're going to compare franchise to coaching. So when you become a coach, you are basically franchising yourself as with Beachbody for $0. I mean, you buy the challenge pack, but you're buying that's because you're buying a product. You'd buy that even if you were just staying as a customer. So you get to buy into the franchise for $0. So with a franchise, a real, like a Subway, I'm just going to keep using Subway. If you used a Subway and you got a Subway franchise, it would range from $10,000 to $200,000 depending on what franchise you bought. And a lot of these franchisees have to actually mortgage their homes to be able to do this, which scares the heck out of me. But you better believe, because they're doing that, the advantage of doing that, as you see there, is they take big action because they're not going to lose their house. So therefore, their businesses tend to do better. They have more on the line, so they're going to work harder. They have vested interest in their business. Now, if you look at a Beachbody coach, the cost of signing up is technically $39.95 if you don't buy a challenge pack. And then there's a $15.95 a month fee thereafter. Now, the $40 fee is waived after a challenge pack is bought. So if you decide you want to do the annual all access challenge pack with Shakeology, you'll pay $160, and then you don't have to pay a coach fee on top of that. If you've already bought a challenge pack, you'll have to sign up and pay the coach fee, but that'll be refunded because you bought a challenge pack in the past. And then, so that $15.95 a month, that's your franchise fee, basically. So that's how we look at that. And as well, that $15.95 fee, let's think about this. If I have a customer who's, like, for example, gets vanilla Shakeology and they hate the taste of it and they want chocolate, they send that back to Beachbody. Beachbody sends them their chocolate, and I don't have to do a thing. That's what that $15 covers. It covers all that stuff that we don't have to deal with. It covers the people who are running our website. We get a free website for $15 a month, basically. It's like all these different things. I talked to my parents who own 2 businesses, and they're paying, like, I think my parents pay $10,000 for their website for their automotive shop a year. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to stick with Beachbody because I pay $15 a month for my website and for all the people to, send me my W-2s and do all this stuff for me. So this is a deal, y'all. That's $16 a month if you're wanting to build this business. And it's also a deal because once you sign up to be a coach, you get 25% off all the products. I'm getting ahead of myself. And your Shakeology comes to $105 instead of $129. And so you're still saving money, even paying that coach fee and not making even one sale. I'm just going to keep scrolling here. So a benefit of buying into a franchise is you buy into something that's already established. Like when Murray heard a Panera was coming to town, everyone loved it because we know that Panera is good and it's on TV and all that stuff. So the company takes care of all the marketing. With coaching, you've also got that benefit because P90X and PiYo and all those things are on infomercials all the time. I get people telling me all the time, oh, I saw PiYo on an infomercial. That's what you do. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's awesome. So they build brand awareness for us that way. And then people can then come to us and say, all right, now I want to sign up too because I saw it on TV. It's a legit thing. So Beachbody spends $150 million on marketing to create brand recognition for our products. All right. Another thing that a franchise can do, or that a franchise has, is like you have to market using their guidelines and materials. So your success is based off of your own efforts and those who you hire to work for you. And you don't get to go outside of the box. Like, for example, I'm going to use Subway again. If Subway says you have to start selling a tuna sandwich and you don't want to sell a tuna sandwich, you still have to do it because Subway told you to do it. The thing about coaching is, for example, the 80-day obsession just came out. Let's say you don't want to sell the 80-day obsession. You don't have to do that. You can sell whatever. If you only ever wanted to sell T25, that's all you'd have to do. Or that's what you could do, is what I should say. They let you coach the way that you want to coach. If you don't have to sell something just because they came out with it. You sell what is valuable to you and what is valuable to the people in your community. All right. What do we coaches actually do? Good question. I get this one a lot. So what do you do? Here, this is me. We just inspire as we share our own transformations. Hold on, let me make this a little bit bigger here. All right. We inspire as we share our own transformations. especially in your daily life, like people will notice if your jeans are fitting better. They'll come and ask you what you're doing. I post all my workouts every single day. I post a little snippet of my workout and put it in my Instagram stories or put it on Facebook. And people are always like, man, they send me messages. I may get 1 or 2 likes on those posts, but I get messages all the time saying, man, you have encouraged me to do this, or you've inspired me to do this, or what are you doing? I want in. People want to do what they see is working, especially when they know it's not a scam. And so, sorry, I'm going to mute you. And so, hi, Tara, by the way. And so what we do is we are product of the product. Then we invite friends and family to begin their journey too, not in a salesy way. We do not throw things into people's mailboxes. I don't know if you are like me, where you get on your Facebook Messenger sometimes and you have a random person message you about how you should take their like hair pills or whatever it is. That's what I got the other day. And that we'd never do that ever. I actually don't want my coaches doing anything like that. So I train my coaches, and I would train you on how to not be a salesperson like that. Mostly what we do is we decide that we want to live a life on purpose. And so we spread positivity and encouragement. So our Facebook posts are always positive. We are always encouraging. We are always uplifting others. And because of that, people want to join that. People want to join positive things. And people want to join health, and people want to join people with energy. And it's just, it's a ripple effect that I can't even explain to you unless you've seen it along with us. And like right here, we are family is what that picture says. I've seen so many families change from the inside out with coaching. When mama is getting healthy, everybody's getting healthy. Chelsea and I make that joke all the time. So here's how this works. And I made this structure because it's the pyramid structure, and I just really wanted to freak you guys out. No, I'm just kidding. So it's a pyramid structure just because that's how anything starts. But what happens is this is me, okay? So I distinctly remember when I got started, I did that 21-day fix. I lost like 4 pounds and had my transformation, which I've shared with you guys. And I posted about what I did and how I'd lost weight. And I actually shared my pictures because I was just like so ecstatic. You don't have to do that, but I did. And I immediately had 3 people, literally had 3 people join me. And so here's what ends up happening is eventually these people will understand and see the movement that's going on here and see how powerful what we have is. And they'll want to become coaches too, like you guys. And so then they will find people that they help, and some of those people want to become coaches. And that is how you live courageously and pay it forward. So I do this because it works so well for me that I can't not share it with people. I was sharing it with people even if I wasn't selling it. And so it just made sense for me to become a coach because I was giving people so many references to this business or to what this product is because it was working so well. Now here is where, once again, my big hang up was the business structure. So I looked and I researched over and over, and I looked at other structures and compared it to my own life. And lo and behold, every other business structure out there is just like the Beachbody structure. When I first got into Beachbody, I was like, man, I just don't want people to have to be under me, because that was the term we use. I don't want people to have to sign up under me. I don't want to hire anybody, but that's how businesses work. In any business, you've got the CEO or this founder, and then you've got managers who have worked their way up. They started off as employees and moved up to managers or supervisors, and then to managers and CEOs. So it's like you have to move up in anything that you do unless you're starting it, and then you still have to hire people that way. So that's how all structures are, and nothing was more telling of that to me than whenever I was teaching. I was working, I remember specifically a moment where I was working my tail off trying to lesson plan and grade and all these things. And I remember looking at all these teachers around me who were not doing their job as well, but they were higher up than me because they had been there longer, hence the pyramid. And when the budget cuts came at the end of the year, I was the one let go because I was the low man on the totem pole, even though I was even told by one of my supervisors that I was harder working than some of the people that they had to let go, or they didn't let go, just because I was low man on the totem pole. So like there's no guarantee in any other job that you have. This job has honestly been safer for me than teaching ever was, because it's based on my own efforts. So, and I put in the effort. So we've got nutrition, we've got support, we've got fitness, and that's how we do that. We learn how to balance our nutrients with the simple container system and Shakeology, and then we teach others to do the same. We run the monthly challenge groups that allow us to keep up with our challengers and provide encouragement. We do that through an app. And then our fitness, once again, I can't say that enough. Our fitness programs are top of the line, and people have had results with them months after months. And we keep coming out with even more amazing ones. Do I have to sell stuff? I've already kind of covered this, but basically it just comes so naturally. Once again, when you are a healthy, energetic mother of children, people notice that. When you are a positive person, sharing encouraging things, people notice that. So you don't really have to sell. It just kind of comes naturally. Like you will attract the people that want this naturally. And that's what's been really fun about this. And so as your coach and as your mentor and as your team leader here, I would happily, and I plan on training you guys the same way I've trained my team already, to build relationships and how to attract those people and how to be authentic and how to be you and not this Beachbody robot. That is not what I want you to be at all. Actually, I would actually advise you against becoming a Beachbody robot. You are more valuable than Beachbody is. And so your story is more valuable than just the products that sit on the shelves. So that is how we sell. Once again, like I said, we never spam anyone's account. That's the last thing I want you guys to do. Now let's talk money. So this is Keisha Fitzgerald. She's on our team. And this was actually quite a while ago. This was 2014 and 15. So in 2014, she was working for Google in New York City. So she was definitely corporate, and she was making some pretty good money. And she, in 2014 with Beachbody, was making $2,400, give or take. By the next year, because it's based on your own efforts and diligence and skill, she was making $16,469.57. So she more than doubled and tripled her income. So she quit her job in April because she was making more as a Beachbody coach than she was at Google, y'all. And she was high up in Google. And so just me personally, with my income, I'm actually, my last position at the high school in Murray was the assistant media center specialist. And I actually, for the past few months, have surpassed my income that I had at that job, just by being consistent and showing up and sharing my story. And so I have made enough this month alone to pay off our mortgage and to pay off our my student loan debt, which is over $1,000. Those combined is over $1,000 a month. So like it blows my mind that I literally would not be able to stay home with my children every single day, which I'm doing this from my own house right now. I stay home with my children. My youngest son's napping right now, so I do this in the nooks and crannies of my day. And my oldest son is out with his dad because it's Saturday, and or my husband, not his dad. That sounds like we're divorced. We're totally married and we love each other a lot. But I would not be able to stay home without this business. And I know that sounds like so cheesy, but like I literally would have to be out finding a job that would barely pay the bills and put my kids in daycare. So my money would be going to that too, for someone else to raise my own kids. And so this has given me so much freedom, not only with my time, but financially. It's given my husband a way. He's trying to transition to real estate. And so this is giving us another income so that he can try to do that without us feeling scared and like he is stuck at his old job. So this has given us freedom in so many ways. And that's why I want to offer it to you guys, because after 2.5 years, I can confidently say this is a real deal. It is hard work because it is a job. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not at all. So if you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, get out. This is hard work. You're helping people. You're connecting with them. You are in, you're in the trenches with them. You are living life as an example, which can be hard. And so this, as much hard work as it's been the most rewarding work of my life, because I'm seeing actual results from my effort. And it's just been amazing. So here's what you have. You get to make the rules with this, all right? So you can be a discount coach. Let's say you've heard this whole thing. You love Shakeology, you love Beachbody, you love the products. You can choose to be a discount coach where you drink Shakeology on a regular basis. You don't make any sales, and you still save $16 a month on your Shakeology, even with that $16 payment. So you make that $16 payment and $105 for Shakeology. There's $120. That's saving you $16 on your Shakeology every month. Or you can be, and you also get 25% off anything else you buy. So like if you wanted the performance line, you get 25% off of that too. So that's a pretty good deal, just being a discount coach. It's like being a member of Beachbody. You can be a hobby coach, which is what I was as I was trying to learn and truly decide if I wanted to invest in this business. You can love the products, you share them with others, you enjoy encouraging people as they go, you kind of help with the challenges, but you're not running them all on your own. You run them with other people, which is what I would help you do in the beginning anyway. I would mentor you as you learn to run challenge groups. I don't just throw you out to the wolves. And then you enjoy extra cash, extra spending money just for helping people work out and holding people accountable, which is what I did for a long, long time. Or you can choose to be a business builder like me and go all in because you know this works. You see the potential. You see that this could be a full-time job. You need freedom from something, whether that's a job that you don't love or debt or whatever it is. You just want to build a life of freedom where you can spend time with your family and also pay bills. And then you want to inspire others to do the same. So that's me. That's a business builder. I'm all in on this because I see it and I understand it and I live it and I'm benefiting from it. And I'm helping my coaches do the same. And it's just been so fun. So fun. So here's what you can expect from us as your team. We will have team training calls. So you are not like, it'll be just like this through a Zoom call. You'll have one-on-one training with your coach and with me. If you want that from me, if I'm not your upline sponsor. There will be small group trainings to help you meet your goals. So, we'll have little small group trainings to help you rank in advancement so you can earn more income. We'll have social media training because that is, to me, was the most daunting part of it, other than the business structure, was how in the world do I post without driving people crazy? And how do I post with authenticity in a way that promotes and encourages positivity? So we'll do social media training on that. And then there's other countless support and video trainings that we can send you along the way as you have questions and learn and really make this something that you do, something that you thrive at. So really what we offer is a place to really dream big as you change lives. I've had a front row seat in this for 2.5 years, and it's just been incredible. And I wish I hate to say this, I wish other network marketing companies hadn't ruined it for the good ones like this. There are some that are front loaded where they're only worried about building this massive team, and they're not actually focused on helping people thrive as individuals. And so that is where Beachbody is so strong in terms of actually investing in each individual person and having a product that's real and true and good and quality. So what do you need to do now? You need to message the person who invited you to this call. Let them know what kind of coach you think you want to be. Do you want to be just a discount coach for right now? Do you want to try to be a hobby coach? Maybe you just want to see what it's like. Maybe you want to try to learn the business a little bit. Or do you want to be a business builder? Are you ready to go right into our trainings and make this something that gives you and your family freedom? So let them set up a time to call you, or you can set up a time to call them, however that works for you, whatever you're more comfortable with, to walk you through the enrollment process, because we actually have a very easy system for that. And then if you are wanting to be a hobby or a business builder, ask your sponsor to get you involved in a new coach training group. I'll actually be running that group. So I'm excited to meet you guys who join. And then you will be able to be, number 5 is be able to be an apprentice coach in your Coach's Next Challenge group. So you will not run a challenge by yourself unless you want to. You will be guided through that process so you can learn it. So just remember that everything you want, this is one of my favorite quotes, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Usually when I put my fears aside and just go for something, it's been some of the best decisions of my life. And this is one of them. So when I really started learning that this is legitimate, that this is a real business model, that there are true life transformations. I get messages all the time saying, oh, I fit into jeans that I couldn't fit into 3 years ago, or oh my goodness, I stepped on the scale and this is the first time I've been under 200 in like 8 years. Like I get these messages all the time, and what we do, this work that we do is so important. And beyond just how people look, it's about how they feel and about finally showing them that if they work on themselves and they work and show themselves, sorry, let me say this the right way, that if they treat themselves with value, they will finally learn that they are valuable. And so we help people rewrite the ending to their stories, and it's just been so rewarding in the process. I mean, I rewrote my ending. I was in a spot where I thought this is, how it's going to be the rest of my life. But because of this opportunity and the people that I was surrounding myself with and these influences in my life, these positive influences, I was able, by God's grace, to rewrite my ending. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm not a mom that is stuck at a job and not seeing her kids every day, who would probably still be overweight and lacking energy. Instead, I'm this mom with fountains of energy and I'm energized by the fact that I get to stay home with my kids and love on them all day. So if you are ready to join us, I'm ready to have you. This is exciting, and it's just a really exciting time in our business to be able to welcome new coaches in. So go ahead and message the person who invited you. I'm going to stop talking because it's all just excitement from here, and we can't wait to help answer your questions. All right.